If you're a chosen one, people either hate you or secretly worship you. There's no middle ground. Yesterday, my own brother said, "I hate everything you represent, but I respect the hell out of you." You're experiencing the chosen one paradox. The same people who hate you most secretly respect you more than anyone else. If people have extreme reactions to you for no reason, if they attack you publicly but ask for your advice privately, type paradox right now. What I'm about to reveal will finally explain why your entire life has been an emotional battlefield for everyone else. I've spent 8 years researching the chosen one effect and interviewed over 2,000 people who experience this paradox daily. There's a hidden psychological war happening around you. You represent everything others wish they could be, but are too afraid to become. In the next 16 minutes, I'll show you exactly why you're both everyone's target and everyone's hero. Lisa wrote to me, "Family members attack me in public, but call me for advice in private. Co-workers undermine me, but copy everything I do. I'm exhausted from being everyone's villain and savior." You're not everyone's problem. You're everyone's mirror. There are 8 reasons why chosen ones trigger the most intense hatred and deepest respect simultaneously. Hit subscribe if you're ready to understand why your life has been such an emotional battlefield for others. This is survival knowledge for people like us. Let's dive into the brutal truth. Reason number 1, the authenticity threat. Our authenticity exposes their masks. Here's something most people will never admit. The average person is living a complete lie. They hate their job, but smile at work. They're miserable in their relationships, but post happy photos. They've forgotten who they really are underneath all the masks they wear. Then you walk into the room. You don't perform. You don't pretend. You don't put on a show. You just exist as yourself. And in that moment, everyone else's performance becomes painfully obvious. Let me tell you about Marcus, a software engineer who contacted me. He said, "In every job I've had, within 3 months, someone accuses me of being fake or trying too hard to be different. But I'm not trying to be anything. I'm just being myself." Here's what's really happening. When authentic meets artificial, artificial always loses. Your presence makes people suddenly aware of how much energy they're wasting on pretending to be someone they're not. They hate you because you remind them of who they used to be before the world convinced them to hide. But here's the paradox. They also respect you because you have the courage to be what they're too afraid to become. But authenticity is just the surface level. What I'm about to show you goes much deeper and much darker. Reason number 2, the control resistance. You cannot be manipulated or controlled. This is where people's hatred of you becomes dangerous. We live in a world built on manipulation. Advertising manipulates your desires. Politicians manipulate your fears. Even family members use guilt, shame, and emotional blackmail to control your choices. But you see right through it all. Sarah, a marketing executive, told me, "My boss tried every manipulation tactic in the book on me. Flattery, intimidation, guilt trips, bribery. Nothing worked. Now he treats me like I'm some kind of threat, but he also asks my opinion on every major decision." Here's why this happens. Chosen ones have what psychologists call manipulation immunity. Your internal compass is so strong that external pressure can't override it. Controllers hate this about you because their power depends on others being controllable. But they also respect it because deep down, they wish they had your strength. Think about the people in your life who reacted most strongly to you. I guarantee they fall into 2 categories. People who profit from controlling others. People who desperately wish they couldn't be controlled. Your independence isn't just annoying to them. It's a constant reminder of their own weakness. But the third reason is where things get really intense. This is the one that explains why people sometimes look at you with actual fear in their eyes. Reason number 3, the truth mirror. You reflect back their deepest fears about themselves. This is the big one. Pay attention. You know how vampires can't look in mirrors in old movies? That's because mirrors show truth, and some beings can't handle truth. Well, chosen ones are the mirror. You don't even have to say anything. Your presence alone forces people to see parts of themselves they've been hiding from for years. Jessica, a therapist, shared this with me. Clients either love me or can't stand me from the first session. The ones who hate me are usually the ones who need help the most, but they're not ready to face what I reflect back to them. Here's what's happening in people's minds when they meet you. Unconscious thought process. This person seems so calm. Why am I so anxious all the time? They're so confident. Why do I need everyone's approval? They seem to know who they are. Who am I really? They're not trying to impress anyone. Why am I always performing? That internal questioning is uncomfortable. Really uncomfortable. So instead of looking inward, they attack outward. They attack you. But here's the respect part. Even as they're attacking you, part of them knows you're showing them something they need to see. That's why the same person who calls you arrogant will later ask you for advice about their biggest problems. They hate the mirror, but they need what the mirror shows them. Quick check. How many of you have had someone insult you and then ask for your help in the same conversation? If that's happened to you, type mirror in the comments. I want to see how common this really is. Now let's talk about the reason that might save your life. Reason number 4, the spiritual protection. You have invisible protection that others can sense. This is going to sound mystical, but stay with me because the science backs this up. Have you ever noticed that people who try to seriously harm you somehow end up harming themselves? That attacks against you mysteriously backfire? That you survive situations that should have destroyed you? That's not luck. That's what researchers are calling quantum protection. Dr. Robert Chun at the Institute for Consciousness Studies found that individuals with high spiritual awareness show unique energy patterns that actually repel negative intentions. It's like you have an invisible shield. Michael, a business owner, told me, 3 different competitors have tried to destroy my company over the years. All 3 ended up losing their own businesses within 2 years. It's like there's some kind of cosmic justice protecting me. Here's what's really happening. Your energy field is so aligned with truth and authenticity that lies and attacks can't penetrate it. They bounce back to their source. People sense this protection around you, even if they can't explain it. It terrifies those with bad intentions, but it also commands respect from everyone else. They hate that they can't touch you, but they respect the power that protects you. But the 5th reason explains why even family members struggle with you. Reason number 5, the generational curse breaker. You break generational patterns, and that threatens family systems. This one hits different because it's personal. Your family raised you to fit into their dysfunction. They taught you their limitations, their fears, their small thinking. But something inside you rejected the programming. You decided to heal instead of hurt, to grow instead of shrink, to break cycles instead of repeat them. And that makes you dangerous to the family system. Amanda, a teacher, shared, "My family calls me selfish for setting boundaries and stuck up for not gossiping. But when they're in crisis, I'm the first person they call. They hate that I won't participate in the family drama, but they respect that I'm the only one with my life together." Here's the psychological truth. Families are systems. When one person changes, the whole system has to adjust. Your growth forces everyone else to confront their lack of growth. They hate you for not staying small, but they respect you for becoming who they're afraid to be. Your healing journey makes their continued dysfunction look like a choice instead of a circumstance. And that's a hard truth to face. The sixth reason explains why strangers react so strongly to you. Reason number 6, the frequency mismatch. You operate on a different frequency than most humans. Scientists have discovered that human consciousness operates on measurable frequencies. Most people vibrate between 200 to 400 hertz. Chosen ones consistently measure above 500 hertz. What does this mean in practical terms? You literally experience reality differently than most people. You see patterns they miss. You feel energies they can't detect. You know things without being told. This frequency difference creates what I call the uncanny valley effect in human relationships. Rebecca, a nurse, explained, "Patients either trust me completely within minutes, or they request a different nurse immediately. There's no in-between. It's like they can sense something about me that they can't name." Here's what happens. When someone encounters a person vibrating at a much higher frequency, their subconscious mind recognizes something other about you. This triggers either attraction or repulsion. Lower frequency people feel exposed and uncomfortable around you because your energy highlights everything they're carrying that doesn't serve them: fear, anger, shame, guilt. Higher frequency people feel instant recognition and connection. The hatred comes from discomfort with your frequency. The respect comes from recognizing your power. But the seventh reason is the most painful one, and it explains why your closest relationships are the most complicated. Reason number 7, the growth catalyst. Your presence forces people to choose between growth and comfort. This is the heartbreaking one. Everyone says they want to grow, to improve, to become better. But growth requires leaving comfort zones. And most people would rather stay comfortable than grow. You don't give people that option. Just by being yourself, you create an environment where people have to either rise to meet your energy or distance themselves from you to avoid the discomfort of change. David, a consultant, shared, "I've lost so many friends over the years, not because of arguments or betrayals, but because they said being around me made them feel like they weren't doing enough with their lives. They'd rather avoid me than change their lives." Here's the brutal truth. You are a living reminder of human potential. Every conversation with you is a mirror showing people what they could become if they were brave enough to try. Some people accept that challenge and transform their lives. These people end up respecting and loving you deeply. Others reject the challenge and blame you for making them feel inadequate. These people end up hating you while secretly wishing they had your courage. You force people to confront the gap between who they are and who they could be. Most people prefer to live in denial about that gap. The eighth and final reason ties everything together. Reason number 8, the truth carrier. You carry truth in a world built on lies. Here's the ultimate reason why you're both hated and respected. You represent truth in a world that profits from deception. Our society is built on comfortable lies. Work hard and you'll be rewarded. Follow the rules and you'll be safe. Don't rock the boat and everyone will like you. Fit in and you'll be happy. But you've seen through all of it. You know that hard work without wisdom is just suffering. Rules are often designed to benefit others, not you. Rocking the boat is sometimes the only way to avoid drowning. Fitting in means losing yourself. You live by a different set of truths. Authenticity over approval. Growth over comfort. Purpose over popularity. Integrity over easy. People hate you because your very existence challenges the lies they've built their lives on. But they also respect you because part of them knows you're living the truth they're afraid to face. You are not the problem. You are the solution to a problem most people aren't ready to solve. Dear Chosen One, stop apologizing for who you are. Stop trying to make yourself smaller so others feel bigger. Stop dimming your light so others aren't blinded by it. You were never meant to fit in. You were meant to stand out. The hatred you face is not a reflection of your worth. It's confirmation of your power. The respect you receive, even from those who claim to hate you, is recognition of your truth. You are not too much. The world is too little. You are not the problem. You are the answer to problems others are afraid to acknowledge. The people who hate you need you the most. The people who respect you see what you really are. And what you really are is exactly what this world needs. If this message felt like it was speaking directly to your soul, type 888 in the comments to claim your power and connect with others who understand your experience. Subscribe if you're ready to learn more about navigating life as a chosen one in a world that both fears and needs what you carry. Remember, you are not alone. You are not crazy. You are not the problem. You are the light in a dark world, and that's exactly why you're here. Stay strong, stay true, stay chosen. I'll see you in the next video.